Welcome everybody. So we are studying the plastic analysis of structures. Already we have seen the basic concepts and some 5 example problems how to analyze beams, continuous beams, or using beam mechanisms, how to determine the collapse load and the plastic moment. Today we are going to see 2 more examples on beams, and after that we will move on to frames. So first example today is determine the collapse load of the beam loaded as shown in figure. So your given beam is a 2-span continuous beam. The beam is fixed at support A. Support A is fixed support. Support C is simply support. And at B you have an intermediate support. Also you have a load in the span AB. You have two concentrated loads WO and WO at a distance of 1 meter from A and at a distance of 1 meter from B. The span length AB is 3 meter. Also, the span BC is 3 meter and the span AB is 4 meter, right? Okay, span BC is 3 meter and in this span BC there is a concentrated load of 2 WO at a distance 1 meter from C. So let us take this point as F. So ABC, let us take this as D, E and F. So let us see how to analyze this problem. So our aim is to determine the collapse load. So first step is find the statical indeterminacy. So we know statical indeterminacy is equal to external reactions minus the number of equilibrium equations available. So the external reactions are at A we have a vertical load and a moment. At B we have a vertical reaction. At C we have a vertical reaction. So statical indeterminacy is capital R is equal to 4, 2, 1 and 1. So totally 4. Number of equilibrium equation available is 2. That is sigma V is equal to 0 and sigma M is equal to 0. So statical indeterminacy is 4 minus 2, that is equal to 2. So statical indeterminacy is equal to 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. So number of plastic hinges. The next step is the possible plastic hinges. So how many number of plastic hinges are possible? So number of possible plastic hinges. So you can have a hinge. So let us take that as N. You will have a hinge at A. You can have a hinge at D, that is under the concentrated load. So at D you will have a hinge. At E you will have a hinge. Now B is an intermediate support. So intermediate supports are assumed to be fixed supports. So at B you will have a hinge. At F we have a concentrated load. So at F we have a hinge. C is simply support. So we do not have a plastic hinge. We will have only mechanical hinge at C. So total plastic hinges are at A, D, E, B and F. So total number of plastic hinges is equal to 5, which means the number of independent mechanisms. Number of independent mechanisms will be equal to this 5 minus statical indeterminacy 2. So 5 minus 2, we have 3 independent mechanisms. So how can we have these 3 independent mechanisms? So in the span AB, you will have 2 independent mechanisms. When you take A, B, you will have a hinge formation at D, right? At A, at B and at D. So A and B are fixed supports. D, you have a concentrated slow load. So this is your mechanism 1. And in AB, you will have another mechanism where the hinges are formed at A, B, and at E. So this is another beam mechanism. So this is mechanism 1, mechanism 2, and mechanism 3 will be in the span BC. So in the span BC, we have only one concentrated load. So there will be only one mechanism. So in the span BC, at C you have a mechanical hinge. At B we have a plastic hinge. And at F we will have a plastic hinge. So this is mechanism 3. So I have explained you clearly in the past 5 problems. You can see the previous videos. In the past five problems, I have clearly explained you how these hinges are formed. So this is such a type of mechanism, we call it as beam mechanism. So here we have 3 different types of mechanisms. So now we will take each individual mechanisms. So first of all, we will consider mechanism 1. So when we consider mechanism 1, we have the span AB, and in the span AB, at A you have a plastic hinge, at B we have a plastic hinge. Now we have another plastic hinge at D, which is 1 meter from A. So the remaining length is 3 meter. So at D you have a plastic hinge. So this is 1 meter, this point is D. So this is 1 meter and this is 3 meter. Now let us take this angle as theta. This angle at A as theta and angle at B as theta 1. And when we extend this angle will be equal to theta plus theta 1. Why it is theta plus theta 1? See, when this angle is theta, when you divide this into, you draw a parallel line to this line, this angle is theta. So this angle becomes theta. When this is theta 1, this alternate angles. So this angle is theta 1. So total angle is theta plus theta 1. That is why it is theta plus theta 1. Now let us see what is this distance. So this distance is nothing but 1 into theta or 3 into theta 1. This is nothing but 1 into theta or 3 into theta 1. Right? So before that, see what are the loads acting in the span AB? You have W at D and W at E. So we have the concentrated loads. There is a concentrated load of W at D and there is another concentrated load of W at E. Right? So see how much is this? This distance is nothing but this 1 into theta. Because tan theta is equal to opposite side. Let us take this as y. So tan theta is equal to y by this distance is 1. So this y is equal to 1 into tan theta. Assuming theta is small, tan theta will be equal to theta. So y is equal to 1 into theta. Right? So here this distance is equal to theta. 1 into theta, that will be equal to theta. Now what is this distance? See, this totally it is 3 meter and this is 1 meter. So this distance is equal to theta 1. 1 into theta 1. So this is theta 1. Now let us take a relationship between theta and theta 1. So we will take these two triangles. Let us take this point as D dash and this point as E dash. So let us take these two triangles. So considering the similar triangles BD dash D and BE dash E, we get theta 1 by theta. Theta 1 by theta is equal to 1 divided by 3, which means theta 1 is equal to theta by 3. Now we will take external work done is equal to internal work done. So first of all, we will find what is the external work done. So external work done is equal to the external force into the distance under this load, under this force or under this load. Because it is concentrated load, we have to take this load into distance. If it is UDL, you have to take the UDL multiplied by the area under the UDL or area under the load. So external work done, here we have two concentrated loads. So it is W into theta plus W into theta 1. So substitute theta 1 is equal to theta by 3. We get external work done is equal to 4W theta by 3. Similarly, our internal work done will be equal to our plastic moment into the angle of rotation, right? So we have plastic hinges at A, D and E. So let us take the plastic moments. It is not given. See, it is not given in the question. How much is the plastic moment? So let us take at every point. Let us take at every point the plastic moment be MP. So MP, MP and MP. So what we get is internal work done is equal to MP into theta plus MP into theta plus theta 1 plus MB into theta 1. So you can substitute theta 1 is equal to theta by 3. You get internal work done is equal to 8 by 3 MB into theta. So now we can equate external work done is equal to internal work done, from which we get our collapse load W is equal to 2 times MP. Okay, you can replace this W by WC, from which you get WC, collapse load. WC means collapse load. So this is nothing but the collapse load now. So WC is equal to 2 times MP. So this is our collapse load as per the first mechanism. Now we will move on to the mechanism 2. So mechanism 2, you know, that is also happening in the span AB, but you will have a plastic hinge at A, B, and the third plastic hinge will be forming at E. Okay. Okay, you can see third plastic hinge is forming at E. So you have a load W at D and W at E. So now we will draw the mechanism. So our mechanism is, you have a plastic hinge at A, plastic hinge at B, then the plastic hinge is forming at E. Okay, so this is E. Let us take this point as E dash. There is a concentrated load of W. Again, there is a concentrated load of W at, let us take this point as D dash and this will be D. So now let us take this angle as theta and this angle at B theta 1. So this distance is, we know this is 1 meter. This is 1 meter and this is 2 meter, right? So let us take, so this distance D dash is 1 into theta. So theta, this distance E dash is again 1 into theta 1. So it is theta 1. Now this angle will be equal to theta plus theta 1. First of all, we will find the relationship between theta and theta 1. We will take triangles, similar triangles A D dash D and A E dash E. When we take theta by theta 1 or theta 1 by theta, theta 1 by theta is equal to 3 by 1, from which we get theta 1 is equal to 3 times theta. Now, external work done is equal to W, external loads, W into theta plus W into theta 1. Substitute theta 1 is equal to 3 theta. We get external work done is equal to 4 W theta. Similarly, we will find the internal work done. So, internal work done, i.e., WE. Internal work done, we will take WI is equal to, here we will assume the plastic moment at A is MP, plastic moment at E is MP, and plastic moment at B is MP. So, plastic moment into the rotation, angle of rotation at A. So, that is theta plus the next hinge is at E. So, MP into theta plus theta 1 plus MP into at B it is theta 1. Substitute theta 1 is equal to 3 theta. We get internal work done is equal to 8 MP theta. Now we can equate external work done is equal to internal work done. We get 4 W theta is equal to 8 MP theta. So this is the collapse load. We get collapse load WC is equal to 2 times MP. So for the first mechanism, the collapse load is 2 times MP. The second mechanism also, the collapse load is 2 times MP. This is the same because your span AB is symmetric, right? That is why you got the same value. Now we will move on to our mechanism 3. We have one more mechanism, that is mechanism 3. So moving to mechanism 3, you know how the third mechanism is formed, right? So this is our third mechanism. You have hinges at B and F. In the span BC, you will have hinges at B and F. Because B is intermediate support, it should be considered as fixed support. C is a simple support. You will not have any plastic hinge. You will have only mechanical hinge. There is a 2W concentrated load acting at a distance of 1 meter from C. Now we will draw the mechanism. So our mechanism 3 is in the span BC. You have a mechanical hinge at C. You have a plastic hinge at B. Plastic hinge is represented like this. Mechanical hinge is represented circular, hollow circle. Okay. And at B, plastic hinge means solid circle. It is symbolized like that. And at F, at this point, at a distance of 1 meter from C, you have a load of 2W. And this distance is 2 meter. Now the plastic hinge is formed at this point. This point is taken as F, right? Okay. So this may be taken as F. So this can be taken as F dash. So this angle, let us take this angle as theta. This angle as theta 1. So this angle is equal to theta plus theta 1. And this distance is equal to theta 1. Either this is equal to theta 1, that is 1 into theta 1, or this is equal to 2 times theta, right? This is also equal to 2 times theta. This distance is equal to. So now we will find the relationship between theta and theta 1. That means theta 1, see, you can see theta 1 is equal to 2 theta. Now external work done is equal to this load 2W into 2 theta. So that is 4W theta. Internal work done is equal to plastic hinge at B. So we will take plastic moment as MP. Here there is mechanical hinge. So MP is equal to 0. So what we get is MP into theta at B plus at F MP into theta plus theta 1. You can substitute theta 1 is equal to 2 theta. You get internal work done is equal to 4 MP theta. Now external work done is equal to internal work done, equate both, we get the collapse load WC is equal to MP. Now let us compare the collapse load in all the three mechanisms. For the first mechanism, the collapse load is 2 times MP. The second mechanism, the collapse load is 2 times MP. And the third mechanism, the collapse load is MP, from which we conclude the collapse load WC will be equal to 2 times, load, we will take the least value, right? Moment, plastic moment, we will take the largest value, highest value, and the collapse load we will take the least value. That means your structure has your structure will withstand the least load. That is the meaning of that. Okay, so collapse load is equal to, when you design the structure, you have to assume that with this load your structure will collapse. So that will be equal to MP. This is your answer. Let us move on to the next problem. The next problem is find the collapse load WC for the continuous beam shown in figure. The beam has uniform plastic moment MP. So everywhere the plastic moment is MP. See, I will explain you the hinges and the mechanisms. You can continue and you can find the answer. Okay. So listen, here let us take this point as A. This support as B, C and D. So at A and D you have only, at A and D you will have mechanical hinges. B and C are intermediate supports, which means at B you will have a, B and C are intermediate supports, means B and C should be assumed as fixed support. So at B you will have a plastic hinge, at C you will have a plastic hinge. Now you will have a plastic hinge under the concentrated loads. So you will have a plastic, let us take this as ABCD, E, F, G and H where the maximum bending load occurs. So at E you will have a plastic hinge, at F you will have a plastic hinge, at G you will have a plastic hinge, you will have a plastic hinge at H, that is where the maximum bending moment occurs. So this is throughout the span. See, B is also fixed support, C is also fixed support. Both are intermediate support. So the maximum bending moment will occur at the midpoint. Okay. So you will have plastic hinges at E, F, B, H, C and G. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 plastic hinges. Statical indeterminance is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 minus 2. Right? 4 unknowns minus 2, that is 2. So number of possible mechanisms will be equal to 6 minus 2 is equal to 4. So 4 mechanisms. So how can you draw the mechanism? First of all, take the span AB. For the span AB, you will have a beam mechanism. So at B, you will have a plastic hinge. At E, you will have a plastic hinge, right? So here mechanical hinge because simply support. So this is your first mechanism. Okay. Then second mechanism is also will be in the span AB because you have another concentrated load, other possibility of hinge at F. So second mechanism is A, B, your this point is E, the next plastic hinge will occur at F. Okay, this is the second mechanism. What can be the third mechanism? Can be in the span BC. So when you are taking the span BC, this is a uniformly distributed load. B is intermediate support, you will have a hinge at B. C is intermediate support, you will have a hinge at C. then the point where the maximum bending moment occurs. That is at H you will have a hinge. You will have a hinge at H. So here, since this is UDL throughout the span, maximum bending moment will occur at the mid of the span. So you will have a hinge here. Right? So here you can take this as theta, theta 1, theta plus theta 1, theta, theta 1, theta plus theta 1. Similarly here also you can assume all the loads W, W, sorry, this is U, sorry, W, W, here it is UDL. Now when you take the span CD, the fourth mechanism, you have 4 mechanisms, right? So 1, 2, 3, fourth mechanism will be in the span CD. So when you take CD, you will have a plastic hinge at C. Here you will have mechanical hinge. Then at G you have a plastic hinge. This is your mechanisms. So totally you have 4 mechanisms and you compare all the 4 mechanisms, and for the collapse load you have to take the least value, and for this problem your collapse load is equal to your answer. The collapse load is equal to 4 by 3 MB. This is your answer. Collapse load is equal to 4 by 3 MB. So you can solve this problem of your own. We will move on to the next problem in the next class. Thank you.